For any Subway sandwich, the story begins long before it reaches your hands. Before the meats, the cheese, the veggies, there's the bread. Warm, fragrant, freshly baked. It's the foundation of the brand, and perhaps the most important ingredient of all. Subway's bread isn't just a vessel, it's a signature. Whether it's Italian, hearty multigrain honey oat, or roasted garlic, each variety has a carefully calibrated recipe. But to make bread at a global scale, served fresh in over 100 countries, Subway had to build a supply system that blends tradition with technology. It all starts in the wheat fields of North America. Subway's flour is sourced primarily from the US and Canada, where high-protein wheat varieties are grown in nutrient-rich soil. This wheat is essential, not just for nutrition, but for structure. High-protein flour helps develop the gluten that gives Subway bread its signature texture. Soft on the inside, slightly crisp on the crust. Once harvested, the wheat is cleaned, milled, and processed in food-grade facilities, transforming golden kernels into fine, baking-quality flour. From here, the flour heads to one of Subway's regional commissaries, centralized kitchens that prepare dough in batches for hundreds, sometimes thousands of stores. Here's where the science begins. Dough isn't just mixed, it's engineered. Using automated mixers, the commissary combines flour, water, sugar, yeast, oil, and seasoning into precisely portioned batches. Each dough type has its own hydration ratio, mixing time, and resting phase. The goal? Consistency. From New York to Nairobi, every loaf of Italian bread must taste the same. After mixing, the dough is divided into long strips, each one forming the base of either a 6-inch or foot-long sandwich. These strips are flash frozen immediately to preserve freshness and lock in yeast activity. Freezing dough at this stage helps Subway solve one of its biggest challenges, delivering fresh bread daily without baking at a central location. The frozen dough is then packaged and shipped in cold trucks to every Subway location, usually arriving once or twice a week, depending on the store's size and volume. Inside the store, the magic continues. Each morning, team members remove frozen dough from storage and let it thaw in a climate-controlled cabinet called a proofer. The proofer warms the dough slowly, allowing the yeast to activate, the gluten to stretch, and the texture to develop. After proofing, the dough is carefully rolled and placed into baking molds. These molds go straight into Subway's convection ovens, which bake the bread at a controlled temperature, typically between 330 and 350 degrees Fahrenheit, for just under 20 minutes. The result is unmistakable: a golden crust, a soft interior, and that iconic fresh bread aroma that fills the store every morning. And it's not just about taste. Subway's baking process is designed for freshness and flexibility. Stores bake in small batches throughout the day, reducing waste and ensuring that bread is never more than a few hours old. If you walk into a store at 2 p.m. or 8 p.m., your sandwich is made on bread baked the very same day. Even the shape matters. Subway's signature oblong roll isn't just for aesthetics. It's functional. It holds toppings evenly, prevents overflow, and allows for clean, even slicing. What seems simple on the surface, a loaf of sandwich bread, is in fact a product of agricultural expertise, cold chain logistics, precision baking, and decades of refinement. Because at Subway, bread isn't just where the sandwich begins. It's where the promise of eat fresh begins too. If the bread is the heart of a Subway sandwich, the vegetables are its soul. Vibrant greens, juicy tomatoes, crisp cucumbers, onions with just the right bite. At Subway, freshness isn't just a slogan, it's a system. And that system begins long before the cutting board. Subway sources millions of pounds of produce every year, and with over 37,000 restaurants in more than 100 countries, the challenge is immense. How do you deliver fresh, flavorful vegetables to every location, every day? The answer lies in a blend of global coordination and local execution. Let's start with lettuce, the most used vegetable in Subway stores. The primary variety is iceberg lettuce, known for its crunch and mild flavor. Most of Subway's lettuce in North America comes from farms in California and Arizona, states with ideal growing climates and sophisticated irrigation systems. In other regions, lettuce is sourced locally to minimize transport time and support domestic agriculture. After harvest, the lettuce is cooled rapidly, then shredded, triple washed, and packaged in high-humidity, breathable bags. These bags help maintain freshness without the use of preservatives. From the field to the store, the lettuce stays cold, typically between 34 and 38 degrees Fahrenheit, throughout its entire journey. The same care applies to other Subway staples. Tomatoes are hand-picked at peak ripeness and sliced just before service to maintain flavor and juiciness. Cucumbers are delivered whole and sliced in store daily for crispness. Green peppers and red onions are shipped fresh and hand-cut each morning. All vegetables are delivered through a just-in-time inventory model, meaning stores receive produce multiple times per week, sometimes daily, depending on demand. This keeps ingredients turning over quickly and ensures that nothing sits for long. Behind the scenes, Subway uses predictive algorithms and historical sales data to forecast how much produce each location will need. This reduces overstocking, limits waste, and ensures every tomato slice you bite into is as fresh as the one before it. Inside the store, morning prep begins hours before the first sandwich is served. Team members unpack the produce, inspect for quality, and begin washing, slicing, and storing everything in color-coded bins. Each vegetable has a designated spot in the sandwich station, a cold table that keeps items at safe serving temperatures throughout the day. The prep process is as much about precision as it is about presentation. Slices are measured, lettuce is fluffed, onions are layered for even distribution, and every item is kept chilled until the moment it reaches your sandwich. But freshness isn't just about temperature, it's about time. Subway follows a strict prep today, serve today rule for nearly all its vegetables. Anything left over by closing time is discarded or composted, never carried over to the next day. This commitment ensures that what you see on the counter and what ends up in your sandwich is always at peak quality. And for customers with unique preferences, customization is the norm, not the exception. No onions, extra pickles, light spinach, heavy cucumbers. Subway's open kitchen design makes it easy to build your sandwich exactly how you like it, in real time, with real ingredients, handled with care. In an industry where many chains rely on prepackaged mixes and frozen blends, Subway stands apart by keeping it fresh, simple, and customizable. Because at the end of the day, freshness isn't a claim, it's a commitment, and nowhere is that more visible than in the crisp colors and clean crunch of a perfectly built Subway sub. Behind every great sandwich is a great protein, whether it's thin-sliced turkey, juicy steak, savory meatballs, or a plant-based alternative. At Subway, proteins are more than just a topping, they're the center of flavor, and bringing them to your sandwich line hot, cold, or toasted takes a global supply system running with precision. Subway's protein lineup is diverse. It includes deli-style meats like ham, turkey, roast beef, and salami, cooked proteins like meatballs, grilled chicken, and steak, bacon and pepperoni for extra flavor, and increasingly plant-based proteins like veggie patties and alternative meats, tailored to different dietary needs around the world. So how do these ingredients get from farms and facilities to your sandwich? Safe, consistent, and full of flavor. It begins with responsible sourcing. Subway partners with approved meat suppliers who follow strict standards around food safety, traceability, and animal welfare. In many regions, that includes commitments to antibiotic-free livestock, no added hormones, and compliance with global certifications like Global GP and SQF, safe quality food. Let's take turkey, one of Subway's most popular proteins. In North America, turkey breast is cooked in bulk at regional facilities using steam ovens that preserve moisture without added fats. After cooking, the meat is chilled, sliced ultra-thin, and vacuum sealed to maintain texture and flavor. It's then flash frozen and distributed to local Subway stores through refrigerated supply chains. At the store level, the turkey is thawed in cold storage, loaded into clean prep bins, and served cold, or toasted on request, in sandwiches, wraps, or salads. Then there's Subway's steak, a tender marinated cut that's used in the fan-favorite Philly-style subs. The beef is pre-cooked and pre-seasoned in large batches at certified meat kitchens, where spices, soy sauce, and natural flavors are added during the marination process. The cooked beef is packaged in vacuum-sealed bags, chilled, and delivered to stores where it's reheated quickly on demand. In contrast, Proteins like meatballs and grilled chicken strips are delivered pre-cooked and frozen. They're stored in freezers at the store and heated in batches using programmable microwaves and hot holding trays, ensuring safety and flavor without sacrificing speed. And then there's the art of combination. Subway sandwiches often combine multiple proteins, like the Italian BMT, which stands for biggest, meatiest, tastiest, a blend of pepperoni, salami, and ham. Each ingredient must be portioned precisely to deliver a consistent experience, whether you're in Los Angeles or London. That's where Subway's portion control system comes in. Every protein is pre-weighed, pre-cut, and labeled by serving size. Whether it's 8 slices of turkey for a foot-long or 6 meatballs for a 6-inch sub, sandwich artists follow exact guides to build sandwiches with consistency and speed. The same logic applies to global variations. In India, chicken tikka is marinated with traditional spices. In South Korea, bulgogi beef adds a sweet and savory twist. In the Middle East, Subway offers halal-certified meats. And across Europe, vegetarian and vegan proteins are becoming increasingly popular, all prepared and distributed with the same level of control and care. No matter the recipe, Subway uses a cold chain system to keep proteins at safe temperatures throughout the journey. From the processing plant to the local store, every bag, box, and tray is monitored, logged, and inspected before use. Because when it comes to protein, freshness is more than just taste. It's a matter of safety, trust, and brand reputation. Whether you choose steak and cheese, sweet onion, chicken teriyaki, or a meat-free alternative, you can be sure the protein at the heart of your sandwich has taken a long, carefully monitored journey to arrive just right. From seasoned to sliced, from chilled to grilled, it's the flavor engine that drives the Subway experience. From golden fields of wheat to refrigerated trucks packed with sliced tomatoes, from precisely marinated steak to the swirl of Chipotle Southwest sauce, a Subway sandwich is more than just a quick meal. It's the result of a finely tuned global system working in harmony. Behind every bite is a team of farmers, food scientists, logistics experts, store managers, and sandwich artists, all driven by one simple promise: eat fresh. This isn't freshness by chance. It's freshness by design. Every ingredient has a story. Every process has a purpose. And every sandwich is an act of balance between global consistency and local flavor, between efficiency and customization, between quality and speed. Whether you're in a bustling city or a quiet town, in North America or halfway across the world, when you walk into a Subway, you're stepping into something familiar, yet flexible. A place where your lunch is built your way, on your terms. In an era of fast food, Subway stands for something slower: care, craft, and choice. Not just because it tastes better, but because it matters. So the next time you unwrap a footlong or bite into a warm 6-inch sub, remember, you're not just tasting bread, meat, and vegetables. You're tasting the journey. Thanks for joining us on this behind-the-scenes look at how Subway sandwiches are made, from field to footlong. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a bite of fresh content. We've got more fascinating journeys coming your way, from farm to fork, from kitchen to counter. Until then, stay curious, stay fresh, and we'll see you next time on Made Vision.